Good afternoon, boys and girls. My name is Gabriel. Just call me Gabriel, okay? So, like your teacher said, we're just here to find out some of the issues that are facing, the education system here in Ghana. So, I chose to use this school because I actually went to school here as well when I was growing up here. So, we'll go right into it. What I want to know more is that you being the student here right now, what are some of the issues that you're facing with your education?
My name is Bennett. Some of the students lack learning materials, such as books, textbooks, and exercise books. So this results in them not doing well in their exams. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Kelvin Tete. Some of the children lack school buses to school, especially people who live at far places. So sometimes they do not even come to school at all, or they come late.
Very, very good responses. You have one? Okay.
My name is Ivy. Some of the things we need in the school are computers. So we don't have computers in our schools, and whenever we are given an assignment to do, we find it very difficult. And this leads to the failure of our examinations.
I'm very impressed with your answers. So then the next question I'll ask you is, when you leave here, what do you plan to do? Are you furthering your education, or are you going to look for work? And due to some of these lack of problems, some of the problems that we have here, how does that affect you when you leave school, as far as getting a job or, furthering your education? Bro, your teacher wants to respond to some of the things you said, so.
Thank you very much. To add to what the students have said, the situation is that we lack potable water. So it becomes very difficult for some students when they come to school to, when they feel like easy themselves, they can go here because there is no water running. The water is not running, so they have to go. Some go to the beach, some go to the public toilet in the town, far away in the town. By the time they will return, lessons are over, or they will miss the lesson. And these are some of the situations that we face here as a school. So I would like to say that when some of these facilities are prepared for us, or we get them, it will enable us to do better than what we are doing. As you can see, we are fortunate to have about 10 computers here, but we have a class average of 45 students. So 45 students sharing 10 computers. Even the 10 that you see, it's not all that is functioning. We have about only 4 which is functioning. So you have students gathering over one computer. So what can the teacher do? Move from one computer to make sure everybody understands, and that is a problem we are facing. Yet they are expected to write final exams in ICT. What can they do? We don't have internet access here. So if they give any assignment, they have to go home. They have to go to the cafe and go. And the crisis that they face. They face problems there. They have to queue to go to cafe to make research. And this is really affecting both teachers and students here.
Okay, so we're here with the headmaster of the school the students that we just interviewed, as well as the head teacher. And I wanted to ask the headmaster his response on some of the issues that the students raise when we talk to them. And so for something like this, what do you think are the solution? Is this something that we have to rely on government alone to be able to fix?
No, the government alone cannot, because of the huge numbers of students nationwide. It is the community that should get involved. As it is now, it is a parent-government partnership that is seeing the schools go through. The schools are supposed to be community-based, but unfortunately the community is not helping much. The communities are not doing their fair share. So it rests with the parents to come in with some whatever they can afford, which happens to be inadequate. And the government also coming in with what they could provide, which also happens to be inadequate. So we are making do with makeshift items. On the situation, we are stretching ourselves.
I see. So for you, textbooks is one of your main. I think one of the students mentioned that too. And I know. Yes, welcome back. This is Prepper Foundation. I'm here with Dr. Nwama from the Ridge Hospital. How you doing, sir?
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm very good, very good. The reason for this interview is basically to just ask you a couple of questions relating to the health sector. And you being the doctor, we think you're one of the right people to ask these questions. So the first question I had for you was, what are some of the challenges you think Ghana is facing as far as the health industry is concerned?
Oh, whoa. I mean, talking about challenges, I mean, if I should start talking about challenges, I think you're going to spend the whole day here. Lots and lots and lots of challenges here in Ghana. You know, talking about challenges with the doctor, challenges with the patients, and even the doctor-patient encounter. There are so many. First, I would actually want to start probably from the consulting room. You know, the challenges that we face just as doctors, even before we start to work. You come here in the morning and you're supposed to wash your hands even before you start work, and then they tell you the taps are not flowing.
Oh, how is that possible?
Yes, it's very possible, and it's not something that happens once in a month or probably once in 2 weeks. It's something that happens very regularly. And most often than not, you come and then they tell you that there are some bills that they have to settle, and that bill has not been settled, and the Ghana Water Company is having issues with them. Sometimes they tell you some of their pipelines are out of order. You come here and you don't even get water to wash your hands. And that is even the first stress that you go through when you are coming to the consortium to see patients. That is just one of them.
And in the hospital, is there a solution to that? What do you think we can do to solve that problem, especially?
Well, I think that most part has to do with the management of the hospital. You understand? I think there are just some petty things that we can do. Getting reservoirs. I don't think it takes so much to get water reservoirs. You understand? So that at least even when the taps are shut, we could actually channel some water to our various consulting rooms, just at least to wash our hands and nothing more. You understand? It's very bad, and it runs through to the theaters. Here you have a patient lying on the table and you need water to wash your hands, to go organize the surgery, and they tell you that there is no water. And sometimes you actually have to refer the patient, go and come back. And if it's an emergency, then you're in a very, very dire situation.
I see. So what about I notice walking around, people eat from outside a lot. What do you think of that as far as health is concerned?
Eating outside a lot has a lot of health implications, especially here in Ghana or probably Africa as a whole. You know, when we talk about these diseases that we contract from food, it's very, very prevalent here in our sub-region. Some people going out to eat and they not washing their hands, it's one issue. And even those who prepare the food. I don't know what measures they take to prepare the food, but sometimes they prepare the food and it's so infested. They don't even care where the environment within which they prepare, where they even buy their foods to prepare. Yes, and there are no regulations as to that. I feel that there should be a body that should govern these sites that people go to buy food. Yes, there should be a regulation that's going to serve as a check and a balance. You understand?
You should be licensed to even serve.
Exactly my point. You should be licensed before you serve to the public, because it has a whole lot of health implications. I mean, the health minister goes to read the budget and you realize that a chunk of the money goes into, curbing these epidemics. Talking about cholera and typhoid, which actually break out within the year. Sometimes twice, 3 times within the year. We spend so much money. The government spends so much money even to quarantine these patients, to treat them. So I think it's of major concern, and I really wish that this platform is actually going to be a starting point. I would be very, very glad.
Definitely. Welcome everybody, this is Gabriel from Prepper Foundation. We're here to discuss some of the community issues in Ghana. Luckily for us, we were able to meet with one of the local well-known members in the community who will be able to explain to us some of the issues that they face here. This is one of the outskirts of Accra. It's called Bukom. So welcome, sir.
This is the main city of Accra, British Accra. This is the main city.
The main city of Accra itself. So I have a question for you. You coming from the main city, what do you think are some of the community problems that people face here?
The most problems we face here are some of the sanitation problems. Unclean. The whole city is unclean, because I think our government, as I'm saying, our government is treating sanitation problems very bad. Because
so dirt sanitation is one of the main issues here.
Yeah.
I see that food is being sold right close to this area.
Yes.
What do you think about all this?
With this it will take time before these things can be, put in place, because illiteracy, it's another problem here in Accra. Most of the people here are very illiterate. So for you to tell them not to sell here, one way or the other, they will think you are trying to disturb them or you are trying to spoil their business, but they don't know it's very bad for them to sell in such place, because one way or the other their full staff will be contaminated. They need help.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing this with us. All right.